Hey kids, Dean from Crypto the Wonder Dog. A couple of weeks ago, we were at Crypto Invest Summit. We walked around there for a while and run across a lot of people pitching their ideas and this and that. And it was a great experience. We were meeting a lot of people, a lot of fun people there, and ran across the guys at Totle. Totle.com, and ran across the guy David Bleznak. He's the CEO and co-founder of Totle, and he sat down with me for a little bit, and we talked for a while. And basically, it's investing for people. It's a tool for experienced crypto investors to manage their crypto. And it's for newbies also, for newcomers. And if you haven't created your own portfolio yet, I'm sure there are guys that can walk you through a few steps of that. This is the sit down that I had in the noisy conference hall there in LA at the Convention Center with David Bleznak from Totle. Let's get ready to start the show. All right, let's start the show. So I was just cruising by. My buddy told me about you guys, so he was very impressed. I'm going to pretend like I don't know anything about it, and I'm going to let you take the floor, man.
Terrific. So we're building a crypto asset management platform.
Okay.
And to give some detail on that, what differentiates us from some platforms that listeners may have heard of, we draw the line at the private key. So the user always keeps possession of their assets, whether it's your ledger, your Trezor, or your software wallet that's on your computer. The end user always keeps their private key, and therefore always keeps the crypto assets in their possession.
Okay, so this is an easy-to-use portfolio tool and ERC20 trading platform.
That's correct.
It sounds pretty impressive, man.
Yeah, so what we do in the back end, from a technical standpoint, is we aggregate all of the decentralized exchange protocols. So you have different ways these decentralized exchanges are popping up. You have 0x and their relayers. You have Loopring and their ring miners. You have Kyber, that's an all-encompassing platform and protocol that doesn't have its own order book. You have AirSwap that also doesn't have order books, but is a completely different protocol. And what we do is we normalize all of that information. So it's one interface, and you get the best price among all the different protocols and decentralized exchanges that are out there.
Okay, so like, forgive me if I sound really ignorant on this, but like the difference between you and like Binance would be?
So Binance is a centralized exchange. So Binance,
centralized, yeah.
Heard that once or twice.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, I mean, that's really what it is that they hold on to the fund. They're a custodian. So instead of saying centralized, I could tell you that they're a custodian. So like Coinbase, if you're a user at Coinbase,
yes,
they hold your assets for you. You don't actually have possession of those assets. You may, quote unquote, own them, but you don't have possession of them. So if Coinbase goes bankrupt tomorrow, good luck trying to call them and get your assets back.
Yeah, and that's happened before on some exchanges, right?
Oh, for sure, yeah. I mean, more frequently than going out of business is hacks. And what's happening there is the servers, which you, for the company that you are participating with and exchanging on, are getting hacked, and then it's not the exchange's assets that are going missing, it's your assets that are going missing. They just happen to be on the servers of the centralized exchange.
Wow. Okay, and so you guys have come in to prevent that.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. So the way that our platform prevents that is by keeping the assets at the user level. So everyone's as safe as their own hardware. So whatever protection you have on your computer for antivirus and all of that, those are your protections from attacks on the outside.
Okay.
And there's this concept that exists in crypto for doing this already, and that's with decentralized exchanges. And so you see other decentralized exchanges that out there that already exist. and they're using this peer-to-peer system in order to facilitate trades between users and their assets. However, there's a lack of volume and a lack of tradable assets and usable platforms, usable interfaces in that space.
Yeah.
So we created with one pretty nice, easy-to-use interface and aggregated the volume across all of the DEXs in the back end, and that's how we got to our product at Totle.
Wow, you sound like a really smart guy.
Oh, well, thank you.
Like
How do I look?
You look like a smart guy too, man.
All right.
Are you in charge of like the coding and all that other stuff?
No. This is a company I founded, and the reason that I guess it's specific is that this is a problem I ran into.
Really?
I was trading crypto assets.
Okay.
And I made some money last year. I sold those crypto assets out, not because I was predicting a crash or anything like that. I just decided, you know what, I really like the space. I really want to create more picks and shovels, and I want to figure out how can I play. And so I asked myself, what's the biggest problem that I had? And the biggest problem I had was administrating the things. It would take me 6 hours to rebalance my portfolio because I would have a spreadsheet. I'd have accounts on Binance, Bitrex, and Coinbase, and GDAX.
Oh, yeah. We have 1,000 different wallets here and there. I forget some that I have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so to me, that was a pain point that I knew all my contemporaries and peers were having. And so I said, all right, I want to create a solution for this. Went through all the normal startup growing pains at the beginning. Towards the end of last year, we ended up being successful. We just finished our seed round, our friends and family seed round.
Okay.
Raised $1.6 million, and now we're working towards our product. We have a beta out there to 200 users. You can go to totle.com, totle.com, sign up for the beta. Right now, like I said, that's out to 200 people that we're iterating, getting feedback from.
Okay.
And we have a full launch of a public product in June.
June. Okay. And it's going to be the same website?
Yep. You'll be able to access it from totle.com. Yeah.
Total.com. Right on. And so how did you get into the crypto to begin with?
Oh, that's a good question. So
I like hearing that. That's a good question. That way I know I'm doing my job.
You have good questions. I'll give you some good content, hopefully.
Right on.
So I've been in real estate. My family's been in real estate for 30, 40 years, generational business. And I participated in that, helped with real estate management and financing in terms of raising funds for real estate deals for about 5 years after college.
Yeah.
And then, right around 2014-15, due to the increased levels of prices of assets in real estate back from their lows in the 08-09 time period.
Yeah.
Basically, I looked at other asset classes, or started to look at other asset classes, consumer products, and one of them was crypto assets. And naturally, those took hold of my life as they kind of went off.
Wow. And you got into Bitcoin when it was what?
My first Bitcoin, I think, was like $120.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
really?
It was like 2013. It kind of there was a time period there right before Mt. Gox went out where it kind of went from like 120, 200 to like 700, and I was like during that time period where I really knew that this was something because people were making money so fast. There was a big lull after Mt. Gox. Went down, just kind of faded away a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to see it's back.
Yeah, you think that was the area where the people were starting to develop the technology on the blockchain and start saying, hey, not only can we do Bitcoins, but we can do blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I do. I think, I don't know if it has to do with that, with that fall, or I think it's more just the natural evolution. I think Vitalik has done tremendous with Ethereum, and people, I think in the space don't give it enough. I think they take it for granted that we have Ethereum. It's a really phenomenal technology. It's limited in its use cases and what it's able to do at the moment.
Yeah.
But when you use it right and you create a DApp that actually can use the infrastructure in a way that's robust. I mean, it's using it the proper way as it's meant to be right now. Then you can really create some really cool things.
Yeah, you can, man. So what's next for you guys?
So yeah, like I said, we're right now we're working towards this June launch of our product, and really just getting out there, getting users. We're on the conference circuit. That's our
conference circuit.
The conference circuit. We're here in LA. We were in San Francisco before this. I'm going on the red eye to Toronto tonight for a conference that starts in the morning.
Yeah, in the morning.
Oh yeah.
You taking this whole thing with you?
Some of it.
Yeah. Very cool. You taking your cats with you?
Yeah, actually, they're staying. They're staying around here. They'll meet me in New York. We're doing you gonna be there for the crypto week, blockchain week?
I want to be, but I got other crap that's holding me back here, man. Yeah.
Real life.
Yeah, real life. Yeah. But dude, that's great, man. So we got all your important stuff, and we'll get people to if they want to get in touch with you.
Yeah, there's a contact right on our website. You can get us on even on LinkedIn, on our social media. We're available on Telegram. We have a group. We have Twitter, Total Crypto. You can get me personally on there at Bleznak. We're available. We just really want to build a community. One thing I really also want to say to your listeners, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've been speaking at this conference. My third time speaking coming up in about an hour, and there's a message that's starting to build with us. That's really it's really important, and that is that it's about regulation, and regulators are just starting to. Honestly, just starting now. Crypto, 2 months feels like 10 years.
It does.
Yeah. So the past 2 months, it's
back in the old days.
Yeah, back in the old days, 3 months ago. Yeah, there was no regulation worries. So the regulators have really become vocal. They haven't done anything that's really changed, but even just how vocal they've been have changed the sentiment, and I think it's curbed a little bit of the development too and the participation. And to me, that's really, really frightening. It's not so much the exact what's the word here? It's not exactly like the 1-to-1 ratio of them making statements to the decrease in innovation, but it's the potential for them to stifle innovation dramatically in the future.
Just a couple of words. A couple of words out there make it.
It wasn't even an official statement. They didn't put anything in writing. It was just a chairman of one part of the SEC said that he thinks that tokens are securities, and then the whole it's like crazy. Yeah. And to me, from a functional standpoint, there's nothing has changed about this technology. It's revolutionary, and it opens the doors. It democratizes finance. It allows for people to play in a field that they had not. The disenfranchised are able to participate in fundraising and in investing in things that they had never had access to. They're able to transfer their assets freely, hold on to their assets, be the custodian of their own assets without relying on a bank.
Which is great.
It's unbelievable, and it's so the freedom. I feel like sometimes I have to remind people like what exactly this is about, and it's about governance of organizations. I think about this as the internet of organizations, and that we use smart contracts to govern these organizations, and we need to come together, not just from coming together in our own groups and creating businesses, which is great. We need to come together as a community, and not in a way that's anarchist. It's not anarchist.
No.
It's libertarian. It's making sure that we are driving the space forward in a way that it was meant to be as
responsible.
The expert. Responsible. Everyone knows that lying and stealing and cheating is not right. We don't need to remind everybody. Everyone's an adult here, but we're the experts. We're the experts on crypto and on blockchain, and the SEC is trying very hard to shoehorn a brand new technology that was created less than 10 years ago into laws that were written in 1933, and to me, that is not responsible.
No.
And
not at all.
No.
And we need more people that have an active voice that could get a hold of some of these politicians' ears and say, "Look, seriously, let's rewrite some of this stuff." Seriously,
write some new stuff, and I think
and new blood, new blood.
Drain the swamp.
Yes, come on, Trump.
I think that we're gonna lead the way in this. We're not just creating a product, is what I'm trying to say. We're creating a movement.
Yes.
And we would like everyone to join us. If you believe in not having regulators screw up this opportunity for not just us, but for America. We want to lead the way.
Yeah.
We want to lead the way, and we should lead the way. That's what's so great about this country. We want to do things the right way. Do good well. And that's what it's all about. And so I really believe that it's going to take all of us coming to a consensus in a way that is together, that's powerful, and we need a DAO to do that.
Yeah, and I saw like Channel 11 News here today. That's the first news station I've seen covering any of these events.
It's terrific.
It's crazy. I mean, these guys should. And she told me that she's been telling people for months, we need to go cover these things.
They do, and we need to be heard, because that's the biggest thing too. It's when we're heard, and we're heard over and over, that when the message does come from the government, or when you are trying to be shut down, that at least everyone knows the scenario. Everyone else knows the facts. Wait a minute, these people they're trying to build software. We're building a software. And some guys on stage are trying to tell me that I'm going to jail. It's unbelievable. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It really is, man. Dude. Well, let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Huh? Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Spread the gospel.
Yep. Well, the gospel is that we need to work together to create a framework that's self-regulated.
Yep.
And that it is, as you said, responsible, and that we all follow, and that and the markets will speak for themselves. Listen, if people aren't following a protocol, people aren't following what I'm saying, specifically just me as a person, they're going to follow something that has reputation, that they feel they can lean on, that they can trust, a protocol that is created by the people that are their peers, that they can work with.
Yep.
And when people lie, cheat, and steal, they lose their reputation. That happens. That's what markets will weed that stuff out.
Yes, it will. Very good, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I ran into you.
Yeah, no, I'm really glad you came and stopped by. I'm really, I'm fortunate, and I'm grateful that you.
And you're going to be cruising up on stage here in just a few minutes, right?
Yep.
3:30.
Yep.
All right.
Come by, stop by, and watch us.
I am.
Make sure to visit Totle.com.
Everyone visit Totle.com. TOTLE.com.